What's up, guys? It's Ryan, and welcome back to the show. Today, I might get a little fired up because we're talking about 75 Hard the past few shows, and I want to. This is a little bit about 75 Hard, but it's really about why you need to push harder. I wanted to label this 75 Hard made harder, but I want to just make this life made harder. Here's why you want to do it. If you think back, this is just my theory. I'm not a professional in diet or nutrition or exercise science or human evolution, okay? This is just truly how I feel. I've heard some things along these lines too, but they resonated with me and they actually lined up with where my brain already was. If you think back to 100,000 years ago, whenever humans started running around the earth, okay? Think about their survival mode. Think about the lack of food. Think about eating when you could and dodging things and just staying alive and finding shelter from day to day. And you take that, let's say it's 100,000 years. You take that up until about 300 years ago. We barely changed biologically. The way we look now, over all those years, most of it's still the same. Our bodies operate mostly the same, okay? Over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Now, you introduce technology. And even 300 years ago, 200 years ago, there wasn't technology as we know it. But with the advent of electricity and the way industrialized food has happened and agriculture has happened, and being that if you're listening to me, you're most likely in some sort of first world situation. We have everything at our fingertips, information as well as food. Both could be good and bad. You don't know what's good information and bad information anymore. So if we're sticking with this theory of we haven't changed a lot in thousands and thousands and thousands of years, but in the last 100 years, 50 years, 10 years, so much has changed, and we are just injecting our brains and our bodies with these just foreign substances that over the previous thousands and thousands of years never existed. Okay, it's very simple. High fructose corn syrup never existed, okay? There's a point to all this. So now, in our first world life, we have everything we want. Why put yourself in an uncomfortable position? Why do it, right? Like it's our human instinct to make things easier. We instantly, like yesterday I talked about systems, right? You want to implement systems for the positive, but what happens when you just get so used to wanting to do nothing and chilling out, and you have your air condition, you don't have to hunt for your food, right? Your body doesn't know what to do. You're eating all these calories, you're not counting them, you don't really know what's in your food, and you're just loading up on this stuff. And exercise for most people is non-existent, at best sporadic. So if you think about our biology and the stresses we don't use or deal with anymore that we used to in order to just survive, our bodies have to be freaking out. Our DNA is structured in a way where we have to put ourselves through stress. So what I realized was, and this is coming from, you ask anybody who knew me as a kid, I am the laziest mentally. I am always pushing myself still. But back then, I was a couch potato, the perfect definition of it. So this is coming from somebody who has seen the other side. And that's where I'm at now. And trust me, it is so much better. Why? Because when you push yourself to eat the right things, when you push yourself to exercise regularly and push yourself in those exercises as you get stronger, you will feel better mentally, physically, and if you believe in it, spiritually, just from those two things alone. So while this is about 75 hard and there's all the tasks you have to do, diet and exercise, if you just implement something. And I'm not even trying to get hardcore on you right now and say you have to cut crazy calories or you have to eat a keto diet or you have to work out. Oh, you have to work out twice a day with P90X, but I'm not saying you have to do 2 HIIT workouts a day or do anything crazy. What I'm saying is do something consistently. And when you're like, I got this, push yourself harder. Do 1 extra rep. Do an extra set. Walk an extra 10 minutes. We need to constantly be challenging our bodies because as much as we mentally think about what systems we can implement, our bodies get used to what we do and it becomes easier. And the only way to grow your muscle is to continue to push that muscle. The only way to grow your brain is to continue to push your brain. And the only way to shed that weight is continue to push at a deficit. This is a short episode. It's a short show. I could really get upset because I see people I love, people in my family, people I care about. I see people in the streets and I'm like, what took me to being like an overweight person that hated working out to constantly improve? And I think it involves taking in the correct information and knowing, like, there's a difference and you can't lie to yourself. Once you know, there is no going back. So don't lie to yourself, man. Like, if you want something and the only difference is going and doing it and it involves diet or exercise, you have no excuse. Even if you have injuries, you can work around them. If you're debilitated, I totally get it. There's ways to do things. Talk to your doctor before you do any of these things. I guess you have to say that stuff anymore. But I'm being honest. Like, if you're a able-bodied person and you have the mental capacity to read a piece of information and then go, that's nice. Maybe one day. No, why? Why one day? You got to do it now. Every day is going to be one day. Every day you're going to have a holiday coming up every 3 weeks. The Super Bowl, Fat Tuesday, Easter, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Oh, after my birthday, after my dad's birthday. Oh, we have this big family party. Oh, Halloween's coming up. Candy's coming again. Oh, well, here comes Thanksgiving. You're always going to have a reason. You're always going to have an excuse. So when you cut that bullshit out and you look at yourself dead in the mirror and you're like, I like lying to me. I love lying to myself. It's the best thing. And then you're lying to yourself because you hate it. You know you hate it. So get after it, man. Woman, girl, Zer. Let's go. You know now. I just told you, if you made it this far, you know there's something to be changed. Hit me up. I'll tell you more. Google it. If you're watching this, you're Googling something. You're YouTubing something. It's time to make a change. Let's make a change together. Hit me up. I'm not selling anything. I just want to help you. All right? Push yourself. You will truly feel better. I promise you, and I implore you, do it. They're trying to kill us out there, and I'm trying to keep you alive. I love you. Have a great day.